I've been growing orchids for over 40 years, and at one point I had 1,000 different ones. I've written about orchids, I've given talks about orchids, so I know a little bit about this subject. If someone asked me which pot should they use for orchids, my answer was always the same. Standard green opaque pot. It works. It's what I've used for those 40 years. Now, is that the best pot? Well, I think it has a lot of benefits. But recently there's been some new scientific studies that show that clear pots might be better than opaque pots. And I think it's worth having a look at. Now, that doesn't mean you have to change your pot. Opaque pots still work great. So why use opaque pots? Well, if you look at orchids, and here we're talking mostly about Phalaenopsis, that's the orchid that most homeowners grow, have very thick, fleshy roots. And in nature, they grow on the outside of trees. They get lots of sunlight. When they get wet, they go green. That green shows you that it has chlorophyll in the root. Chlorophyll is the compound that allows plants to photosynthesize. Now, that's normally done in the leaves of plants, but orchids are kind of special because they're epiphytic. They grow on trees. Those green roots that are exposed to the sunlight also photosynthesize. There's always been this debate about how important is this photosynthesis. Should we be using clear pots so the roots get more light, or does it really matter? Even though it's been debated for 30 plus years, it's only very recently that we have an answer to this. Now, there are a number of claims for the benefits of clear pots. Some people like clear pots because they can see the roots and they can see that they're healthy. And that's true for the roots that are between the media and the edge of the pot, but you can't see into the center of the media, so it doesn't really tell you that the roots are healthy. It only tells you that some of them are healthy. When these roots are watered, they turn green. Absorbing that water makes them look green. And so people use that as an indicator as to when they should water the plant. But that doesn't really work very well. The roots that are between the pot and the media dry out quicker. And so they're now silver colored. And people say, oh, I have to water my orchid. But the center of the pot is still quite wet. As a result, people can overwater their orchids by using these clear pots. It's much better to lift the pot, what we call hefting the pot. You lift it and see how heavy it is, and if it's light enough, then it's dry and it's time to water. With orchids, it's better to wait a couple days than to water sooner. Now, that's not true of all houseplants, but it's definitely true for orchids. In fact, a while ago, I did a little experiment where I took an orchid, took it out of the pot, took all the media off, and just laid it on my desk. And it laid there for something like 6 weeks. Then I was going on holidays and I kind of felt sorry for this poor plant. It was starting to show some dehydration, so I potted it up before I left holidays. The orchid, by the way, was fine. 6 weeks, completely dry, no water, won't kill a Phalaenopsis. Now, I'm not recommending that as a standard procedure. That was just a special test to prove to people that you don't have to water too often. Other people claim that they like clear pots because they can identify problems. They can tell when the roots are rotting. They can tell if there's fungal infection or if they have pests. Again, this is partially true and partially not true. Most of the pests that you would find in an orchid pot are in the center part where there's more moisture. They're not on the outside where it's dry, so you wouldn't see them anyway. Quite honestly, if you water correctly, you won't have fungal problems. So people are using clear pots as a way to not learn how to water their plants correctly. Another claim is that the media we use decomposes, so things like bark and coconut husk. It decomposes and over time starts getting mushy. Well, you can see that in a clear pot, and that's certainly true, but the rule that I've always followed for like 40 plus years is repot every 2 years. If you do that, you'd never have a problem with decomposing media. That's provided you start with decent media in the first place. It's simple. Every 2 years, repot, no matter what. And you'll never have mushy roots. And you'll never have media that's breaking down too much. So are there any benefits to opaque pots? Well, there are a couple. One is I think they're much easier to get. In fact, most of the pots that I use are recycled from plants that I buy for the garden. I don't go out and buy orchid pots. In fact, I have enough pots saved up for years. If I use clear pots, I have to go and buy special pots. Another problem with clear pots, the algae builds up. It's true that light goes down and hits the roots and allows them to photosynthesize, but that light also encourages algae to grow. Algae likes a couple things. It likes the light, and it likes a very moist place to live, and that's perfect in an orchid pot. So clear pots result in more algae, and once roots are covered in algae, they're not going to photosynthesize anyways. But there are a couple new arguments for using clear pots, and they come from science itself. Let's have a look at that. But before we do, let's learn a little bit about orchids. When the orchid, and in fact all plants, grow, they photosynthesize in the leaves. Those green leaves are trapping light, taking CO2, combining it with the light, and producing sugars. Sugars are the energy of the plant. It's what makes plants grow. In that process, they give off excess oxygen. Leaves have lots of oxygen, so that excess is generally given out into the air through the small pores in the leaf. That's photosynthesis. The opposite of photosynthesis is when plants use these sugars, and this is called respiration, and all plants do it in all cells of the plant, and in fact all animals do it as well. We respire. What we're actually doing there is we're taking the sugar, we're adding oxygen to it, and in that chemical reaction we get energy, which allows us to live, and we create CO2. Now we have to get rid of that CO2. And I'm doing that right now. When I breathe out, I'm getting rid of the CO2 that's created by respiration in my body. Now, the same thing happens all over a plant. And in this case, we're particularly interested in the roots of the plant. So roots respire 24/7. Whether it's light out or dark out, doesn't matter. They're constantly respiring. They need that energy to keep themselves alive. So they're constantly using oxygen and producing CO2 as part of that respiration. But orchid roots have a problem. Did you know that the root of a Phalaenopsis is actually quite thin? That thick thing that you're seeing is not the root. The root is inside and is quite small. That tiny root is covered with a very thick layer of something called velamen. It's a spongy material that holds moisture, and it's fairly unique to orchids. That velamen is really good at holding moisture and nutrients, but is not so good at letting gases exchange with the root. So what happens in orchid roots is that the CO2 builds up and they can't get enough oxygen from the air. The velamen prevents that from happening. So in orchid roots, it's really important that they photosynthesize. That photosynthesis uses the CO2 and creates sugars, but it produces the oxygen. If that doesn't happen in orchid root, we have a condition called hypoxia. Basically, the roots are suffocating. They can't get enough oxygen. Photosynthesis helps that process. Now, in the last year, there's been some really nice research to prove that this actually takes place. They've taken Phalaenopsis and grown them with roots in the dark and in the light, and they've shown that by growing Phalaenopsis roots in the light, they photosynthesize more, they have higher levels of oxygen, and much less chance of being hypoxic. Now, that photosynthesis is not adding a lot of sugars to the plant itself, although that helps a little bit. Its main purpose is to produce oxygen for the roots. Now, they didn't go further in this study, but the researchers did suggest that clear pots would allow more photosynthesis, which should create healthier plants. There's another study from 3 or 4 years ago that looked at a different issue with these roots. So Phalaenopsis roots like to be where the light is. They tend to grow out of the pot. And this frustrates a lot of homeowners because these roots start growing and they grow up and sideways out of the pot. And quite frankly, it freaks out a lot of homeowners. Those roots are fine. They're doing that to get exposure to light. When they get exposure to light, there's less chance of hypoxia. So roots naturally grow up and out. If they're in the media, they grow out through the holes of the pot. Now, as a homeowner, that's not a big deal. You've got these dangling roots, and that's okay. When you repot, you just push them back in the pot, and the whole process starts over again. Again, I've been doing that for 40 years. It works just fine. But for commercial outfits, this can be a real problem. They want to automate their processes, and having all these roots dangling out causes all kinds of issues in moving the pots around and in automating that process. So they don't like this. So what the research has shown is that clear pots have less roots growing outside the pot than opaque pots. Right? In opaque pots, the plant knows it's not getting any light inside the opaque pot, so the roots grow out. Clear pots, that's less likely to happen. Now, eventually, as the plant gets a little larger and there's more roots, they'll grow outside. It's just what orchids do. But at least when they're younger plants, that doesn't happen. So does photosynthesis produce healthier plants? Well, it probably reduces the chance of hypoxia in roots, and for that reason alone, it probably produces better plants. All the scientists pretty much agree that they don't think that photosynthesis adds much in the way of carbon in the form of sugars to the plant. So it's not really making the plant grow a lot faster, but it's keeping the roots healthier. Commercial outfits have taken notice of the benefits of clear pots, and most commercial outfits now use clear pots, and they're becoming extremely automated. In fact, one quote I found said this, that growers in the Netherlands have the most sophisticated production facilities with the lowest labor input. It is estimated that each plant is cumulatively handled less than 1 minute from the time the plants are removed from flasks as tissue culture proboscideans until they are flowering and in place ready to be shipped to the customer. This kind of automation is amazing, but it's the reason why you can go to your local store and buy a dirt cheap orchid. Now, they're still a little more expensive than other house plants, but compared to what we were paying for these plants 40 years ago, they're really cheap. And it's the automation that allows them to do this. By using clear pots, the roots stay inside the pot, and they're able to automate the process. So should you be using clear pots? Well, if you have them in opaque pots right now, leave them there. They grow just fine. However, if you're looking to repot them and you happen to have clear pots, use them. If you're new to orchid growing and you're going to go out and buy some pots anyways, buy clear ones. There are some benefits to the clear pot. I certainly don't want you to go out and buy a whole bunch of clear pots, come home, repot all your orchids because Pavlis said it was a great idea. It's not that critical for homeowners. Now, I've got a whole ton of videos about growing orchids. A whole course is on YouTube. So I hope you'll take advantage of those. They're all free. Happy growing. You can find Reality Time on YouTube, Substack, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I'll put links to these and our social pages in the description below. If you're interested in gardening, check out my YouTube channel called Garden Fundamentals or my blog called Garden Myths. Let the truth shine into your life.